Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about the 2016 Mars in Capricorn transit. It will be part 1 of 3. Well, anyway, people, first thing I'll look at is that, okay, Mars will be leaving flighty, adventurous Sagittarius on September 27th, 2016. And at this point in time will enter serious single-minded Capricorn, and it will stay there until November 9th, 2016 for approximately a month and a half sojourn. Now, during this time, the energy will be more disciplined, serious, and consistent. People will be a lot more premeditative and more about planning ahead. There'll be a lot less spontaneity, a lot less about extemporizing. It's going to be a lot more about the formulation of plans well before taking action. Now, this is also a time that we might see a lot more businesses open up than usual. You might see a lot more people that are doing, like, say, door-to-door sales that are connected with some company or organization. They might be a lot more pushy and aggressive than usual. Door-to-door salespeople they could be pretty forceful and pushy anyway, but I think this could even make them even a little bit more so during this time. Now, this is also a period where we're going to look at when Mars enters Capricorn. It's not just going to be about more disciplined action. I think also you got to look at Mars as associated with sex, and really, I think you'll find people be taking a lot more precautions this time than usual connected with that, and being a lot more prudent and cautious in matters pertaining to sex. But they'll be taking perhaps their sexual relationships a lot more seriously than usual. And I think when this Mars in Capricorn transit takes place, people are going to be thinking a lot more about the potential repercussions for their actions. Mars can be impulsive and impetuous, but Capricorn will strongly control this. And really, they want to make sure that the thing about this transit too is that Capricorn is a sign, even though it's not fixed, it could still be rather intransigent and rather inflexible. So once people be taking their course of action during this time, it's a lot less likely that there'll be a reversal of it, and people will be more focused and staying with that course of action more so than usual. Now, I think is interesting too is that we look at this will make you're going to see Mars will make an exact conjunction with Pluto on October 19th, 2016. And I'm wondering if perhaps the U.S. government will make a strong change, or at least a strong push connected with gun control during this time, okay? Because Mars does rule firearms, Pluto is about transformation, and of course Capricorn is associated with the government. Now, I don't want to be overly apocalyptic or anything, but I just think it's interesting too, though, that when you have this conjunction on October 19th, keep in mind that Pluto governs nuclear weapons, and Mars rules, is about war, is about aggression, is volatile. So, it could increase some propensity a little bit for some kind of stronger nuclear action, but I think the percentages say that won't happen. But I think it's still important to look at this date, though, as far as that goes. And really, another thing what's interesting about this is that, okay, the latter part of the U.S. presidential election takes place during this transit. Interestingly enough, okay, I think the situation between Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, mudslinging, I think, could even become a lot more contentious during this time. On November 8th, 2016, on the day of the U.S. presidential election, imagine this, okay, Mars is going to be at 29 degrees Capricorn. And really, I think what makes this interesting, okay, is that, first of all, 29 degrees can represent the full culmination of a sign. And in this case, being in Capricorn, I mean, and being Mars, I should say, as far as the planet, you could see a very strong abundance of energy during this time, an aggressive energy, and really be put into something connected with the government. And 29 degrees can also indicate an ending connected, maybe with something with the government, and something, in this particular case, an ending of a prominent government position, namely the President of the United States, with Barack Obama's reign as president really coming to an end at this point. I understand that he may not be officially sworn out until the inauguration for whether it's going to be Clinton or Trump in January 2017, but at the same time, it's like the beginning of the end, so to speak. So I thought that's very, very interesting, and really, I mean, it is what it is, and I find that to be very interesting that Mars will be in 29 degrees Capricorn on that date of the election on November 8th, 2016. And really, what's really, this is just going to be a transit where you will have a lot more of that consistent energy, and it won't be in that vacillating, adventurous Sagittarius. It's going to be more about people are going to be a lot more about doing things in an orthodox manner, in a very conservative manner. You might see a lot more energy connected with ingenuity and innovation, people trying newer things when Mars enters Aquarius. But at this point in time, with Mars hitting Mars in Capricorn, it'll be a lot more conservative, of course. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Mars transit in Capricorn 2016 part 1. And stay tuned next time, where I will be talking about the 2016 Mars in Capricorn transit part 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.